one thing that I love doing and I'm going to do it.
Okay, another thing is that some people actually like from this their 9 to 5.
Yeah.
They actually like create content from it. So like if I don't have joy in this particular thing, and let me be very joy.
Let me become a content creator.
I have a particular friend.
Yeah.
He was a remote worker before he actually like got laid off and now he's working like a 9 to 5 job. Anytime he goes to Lagos, like how you guys coping? Like I have to tell him that okay, fine. You know you can actually start your content.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Veegilant Podcast, where we talk about civic matters and we also talk from other people's perspective. And I'm still your host, Olaito Baba, today, and with me as usual, you know now, the Olaitos. It's Olaito Adebayo. How are you, Olaito?
I'm fine.
How have you been? Yeah, you look good anyways.
Thanks for love.
Okay, so today we're talking about something that affects everyone.
Yeah,
you know, as usual, we always talk about things that affect everybody. Something that touches everybody.
Me and you.
And today we're talking about work culture, also culture. You know, we also had in Nigeria.
Yeah, like
we also had.
Mule, I can come to America. I can also
I can also. There is no place we will get to as Nigerians that you would not see us putting that diligence. Yeah. There's always a taste of. Or there's something Nigeria when we work. You just see it. We work hard, we read hard, we do everything hard.
We party
hard. We party hard. Everything is always on the highest level. And then I want to talk about this because in 2020, before 2020, there's no job. We've always heard of it, but it wasn't so pronounced. Yeah. But since the COVID in 2020, it has been more pronounced. Even organizations in Nigeria, they do remote work and
just
all
like
that.
some people like doing this hybrid, like
come twice in a week and then 3. And you know, I have a friend that said that remote job is the real thing because I'm eating when I'm in the meeting.
And it cannot happen in a 9 to 5.
Like seriously, it cannot happen in a 9 to 5. So which brings me to my first question to you. Why do you think, or what do you think drives young Nigerians to embrace side hustle and gigs? Is it because of their ambition? Is it because of survival or because of self-expression?
And for me, I would say, okay, fine, it's the combination of the three. It's a combination of the three because firstly, the major part is
the cocoa
is of having multiple streams of income is for survival. Yeah. Like, you know, our situation in Nigeria, things are getting expensive. The fact that you're collecting this particular amount this month, the next month you go to the market and it's not even like, it's not summing money. So you need an extra income. Everybody you meet, and I'm like, I need an extra income. So I feel that for some people, it's survival. Like, and some people it's like ambition. Okay, fine, I want to get there. But thing is that I don't have, like, the work I'm doing right now does not provide me the opportunity. So let me exploit another option. Another person is self-expression. Like, okay, fine, let me do another thing that I have passion for. Something that I have like this, okay, I want to do this thing, but my traditional job is not like giving me that opportunity to do it. So do you ever feel that, okay, fine, this side also was more than just a job, or like is it like a form of personal identity or therapy?
I think for me, I would say that majority of this side also always stem from the fact that people have passion for something. It could be like art, it could be writing, it could be coaching,
and all that. Say you want to have
actually, I don't have a side also, but then I feel like for me, if I would have a side also, it would be because of more money. Because I want to be comfortable, because I want to make sure that the plans that I have, like I'm able to meet my plans and all that. But then I feel like even if I'm going to go for any side also, it will be something that I love.
Something that I have passion
for. Something that I have passion for.
My 9 to 5 is already giving me headache.
Like, you know those bosses that will just come in and tell you, like, you're not doing this right, all this verbal abuse. So if at all I'm going to be doing anything on the other side, it has to be something that will give me comfort, something that I know that once I'm off my 9 to 5. I'm going into something that I love. Some people do content writing, not as a side also because they feel like that is when they can express themselves.
Yeah.
So and okay, for an artist that does a 9 to 5 job but still draws, you know that it is that time that he can be himself. It is that time that he can like do everything to his feel. Like this is one thing that I love doing, and I'm going to do it.
Okay, another thing is that some people actually like from this 9 to 5.
They
actually like create content from it. So like if I don't have joy in this particular thing, and let me derive joy.
Let me become a content creator.
I have a particular friend. He was a remote worker before he actually like got laid off, and now he's working like a 9 to 5 job. Anytime he goes to Lagos, like, how you guys coping? Like, I have to tell him that, okay, fine, you know that you can actually start your content writer, like your content creator from this part. Like, express how you feel anytime you're coming back from work and when you're going to work. But actually, he's not that kind of person. And there's this guy too on Twitter, Lola Okunrin. Anytime he enters public bus, like down for going to work, like it will give us the detail, like, okay, fine, my guys, I'm coming, let me just about everything. So I feel some people actually like create like content from their 9 to 5 job, like let me bring passion out of this thing because I don't have anything I'm doing. Like it's not giving me joy and I can't leave it because how do I survive?
Sincerely, because I need the money. Now, so in a rush to secure multiple income, like you said, like I also said that, well, if I have a side hustle night because of the income anyways, it's because of the money.
Me, it's not passion.
So how do you think young people can balance their mental health and relationship in all of this?
I won't say it's an easy thing. It's not going to be an easy thing because you're juggling different things. Even if you're working 9 to 5 as like a 9 to 5, okay, fine. Let me use myself as an example. I'm working 9 to 5 every day, and I can remember then when sometimes my friends would message me when I just started doing this 9 to 5. It's not like I'm not like accustomed to the system, so it was really like taking a toll on me. Like I actually lost a friend. Like it's not like
it's more like it affects your.
It affected my relationship.
Life.
Affected sometimes I won't go online on WhatsApp for like 2 days. The only thing like I'm sorry, like I'm tired of saying I'm sorry. So anytime you're like, you're the only one busy, and I'm like, I have to like take it in, like anything you say, I accept. I don't
imagine having a side hustle with all of that. I can't imagine
just having another side hustle. How do I balance it? How do I do it? Actually affected my relationship with that kind of person. And I would say for mental health, some people like it affected like we know that we Nigerians are strong. We take everything, we adapt to things, which I have adapted to the situation. My mental health is not balanced yet, but like but I don't have nobody to talk to because therapy is expensive. I can't do so.
And we even say therapy when you tell someone that in Nigeria that I'm going for therapy. You know, I've been in a conversation, I think when I was 7. And then I was like, okay, I feel like people should go for therapy. And everyone they were just laughing at me like, therapy? Are you joking?
You know English.
And I was like, wait, it's a normal thing. It's supposed to be normal thing. But then we take it as though, I beg, it's not for Nigerians.
Like, even abroad, like the Black Americans, when it's okay, fine, go for therapy, they feel that what would Blacks go for? It's the whites that go for therapy, not the Blacks. So now come to Ijile, with the Nigerians, we're like, why will you go to a therapy?
But a lot of things affect our mental health, but we don't look at
and I guess that's why sometimes we just see some people like commit suicide, some people just like break down because I can't take it anymore. So I'll say like, okay, fine, it happens, like it affects our like mental health, but then I feel that we have to survive. So we keep like we give ourselves this encouragement, and we've seen different motivational speaker online that okay, you can do it, you can do that. So I'll use that one to like old body. So do you think sites also really level the playing field, or are we just creating a culture of constant exhaustion or also burnout?
I feel like it's a tricky balance. Okay. So I feel like as much as we say that 9 to 5 is exhausting and all that, there are some side gig that also glorifies constant work. And then I feel like for others to in order to build wealth, in order to showcase their skills and pursue dreams, traditional employment does not allow that. So, but then because you have the skills, you can do it. Okay, normally we know that in the past 9 to 5 you must have a confirmed certificate.
I remember
that's why we study hard in school, because you know that after
my dream was like, I won't say my dream. I will say the normal society stuff like
that's just the standard. Then
I'll get a job. That's I must come to I know I
have
can
a good grade.
First class. Let me just try 2-1. But now you see some jobs.
And I think at some point then they will tell you that you graduated with first class. The person that you want to go and meet to give you a job probably the person graduate too.
Yeah.
Will they give you job and all that?
People are
And that's
limited
also
skills.
limited how much people work hard towards
Yeah.
academics too, because they feel like, okay, let me shall graduate with 2-1. At least let me not be on the bad side too. So I feel like this side also gigs are not that, it's not as if it's going to take over generally, but I feel like in some sort of way too, it has helped build people, because you don't need certificate to do some of these side gigs. It's just all about your talent. Yeah. Why some side gigs also requires you to also have, certificates and your own understanding, more like experience of you doing it. Okay, for example, now talk of people like us. If you want to work in a media organization and all that, as much as they want people that have skills, they also want people that have the certificate, because they feel like during your time in school, you already practice all these things. Yeah. So you already have all these trainings and all that. Yeah. How do gigs like Bolt, Fiverr, Uber impact local economies and the dignity of labor in African countries?
Okay, Bolt and Uber, I would say they offer like immediate employment. Just imagine somebody that is just out of job immediately. And the next thing somebody will say is that if you have a car, like this first thing that will come to people's mind is that, why can't you use your car for Uber? Why can't you use your car for like register with Bolt? Like at least it will give you like more money for it. Yeah. And let's say all these job boards, like I know that it doesn't work out sometimes, but then you can go to all these job boards like to secure jobs and all of that. Like, but then it doesn't guarantee sustainability, it doesn't guarantee security, because in as much as we want another side also, in as much as we want another thing, all this thing does not provide job security unlike 9 to 5.
9 to 5, yeah, definitely.
This one you can start working with somebody today and tomorrow you're not working with the person. And there's some benefits you don't enjoy when it comes to it. Because just imagine you're working for somebody in UK, they're meant to be paying you some certain amounts. There are some levels to benefit you're meant to be getting, but you're not getting it. And you cannot question them. How do you want to who do you want to question? Unlike, okay, fine, you're working in 9 to 5 and they're not giving you some certain benefit. Okay, fine. HR, what's happening?
I've been working here for 5 years and there's no increment in my salary.
All those people, they'll give you. Some people, I could actually talk to like a lady, was I think 2 days ago, and she was telling me that the person she's working with told her that is either she like owed the remote job or like she's juggling 2 jobs together. Like that's like a normal job, a physical job and a remote job. And the person was like, you have to like drop this physical job for my remote job.
Okay, so that remote job will be paying let's say 500k.
It's not even paying 100k.
Okay.
So I'm like, how do you want her to survive? To come and work for you? You are in UK and
you want her to work full time. Yet you don't want to pay well.
Yeah, you don't want to pay well. So you see that the balancing is not balancing. So I actually feel that all these things are like, it doesn't really like pay like that. In as much as it actually like give us like small freedom, like, but it's not steady. Yeah. So can this side also eventually replace traditional employment, or are they just like a stepping stone? We said earlier, like, if people are looking for multiple streams of income. So do you think it's a stepping stone or to definitely replace?
I think for me, some might replace normal work. Some, like, not some. No, not everything. For some, they might feel like, okay, this thing I'm doing, I want to do it full time. Yeah. For example, if I was writing content for someone before, and then I just decided, okay, let me also start content creating. You talked about the guy that always tell the story of every day. Yeah. So let's say he has a lot of followers, he has a lot of people like, following him and all that. You would have started generating revenue from that. And we've seen people that leaves their 9 to 5 job to focus fully on content creating.
Can I take this to pause? Okay. I don't really agree with people that live their like in 9 to 5. I know that it's exhausting. It's like
to balance both.
Is not easy. But then I, for one, cannot leave. I'm not really. Maybe I don't understand, but I can't leave my job
9 to 5
for content. No, it depends on the side also though. Okay. But for like content creating, I cannot.
You can't,
because content creating will like this will be evolved. Like in less like 10 years ago, there wasn't content creating like that. Yeah. So just imagine that, okay, fine, I leave my job and in the next 10 years, I know that content creating will be happening, but people, like we have young people that will like, that will grow up, that will bring up new ideas and all of that. How long would I have to like keep like with that idea of like, let me just be doing content creating? And do I want to do it in my old age? Let's think about it.
Can you still dance in front of the camera when you are 16?
Like anytime I sit and people are talking, I'm like, the only thing I'm always thinking about is, can I do this job when I get old? If I'm doing this job, what would my old age be like? Can I retire on this? I think people should have this idea. It's not about now. It's about your future. Like, can I retire on this? Okay, fine. This dance that I'm dancing. Can I retire
dance when I'm 50?
That's it.
But also, as much as some people can do it as full time, it's also a stepping stone for some people to acquire more wealth and more income and to, be comfortable. But the benefit barrier is that they don't, as a content creator, there's no health insurance. As a content creator, there's no paid leave. As a content creator, there's no retirement plan.
And so, as a content creator, the fact that you make money today, there's no, and
some don't even get paid like that.
The fact that some people left their work, they didn't leave it like, it's not like they left it just because they want to. Some just want to focus fully on it so that they can start generating revenue. It's not like they started making money. So, I don't know. I know this, like, life is a risk, but I don't think
there are just some risks that you don't want to take.
I can never take it.
I feel like some people will tell you, I'm doing 9 to 5 not because I enjoy it, but because at least there's job security and stability.
That's that you will get paid. It's my mantra every time.
And the thing about, especially working with federal government, is that either you go to work or not, you're still going to get paid. That's just
we're not trying to say it's not.
I'm not saying but then majority of the people that are working for the federal government are oldies, our daddies and mommies.
But some young people actually want
they like, seriously.
And that's because they want to do other jobs. Some people want to open their business, like, let me have a shop. Let me be selling things. At least you can still retire on you selling.
I was actually saying something about lecturing job. Like, if you're working as a lecturer, you can actually go out there and get more jobs and shuffle everything. And you're like, okay,
in 3 different universities,
and they are paying them well.
Okay.
So we've said some things about content creators. You said you can't be a content creator, but actually we know that when we scroll through the internet and you see that 1 minute video, there's a lot that has gone into it. I'm not talking about people that will just set camera and just dance and all that. We have some people that do it full time. For example, we have some people on the internet, say Cribstar and Purpose PD, they're both coppers, you get, and then they create content and all that. And when you see the behind the scene, I think I saw the behind the scene of Celine's video while she was dancing. This is not just anyhow setting of camera. Sharp camera, everything, editing goes into all of these things. They spend a lot of money on their dressing and all that, and sometimes they don't even get paid for this. So what are the hidden stories of resilience and sacrifice behind successful side hustlers? Some they've done it and now they are influencing for big organizations. Someone like Priscilla Ojo, she didn't start today, but then I think she influences for Aura Pad. Is in Tanzania. She influenced for Visa card and all that. So there are some people that have done this and they are making big money from it now. So can you tell us the hidden stories of resilience and sacrifice?
Okay, I won't say I don't know the stories behind
because
I'm not a content creator. But then every success story has like all these
behind the scenes,
like behind the scenes,
the BTS.
The doubt, the fact that can I actually do this? The fact that some people don't even have support system. Some people have support systems. Some people like, okay, fine, can you actually do this thing? Some people post and they'll just get 0 views. That thing like can
you might not even get any likes.
I for one, I guess that's the reason why I can't do content because I can't imagine posting something. I know they say start small, but I can't imagine posting something and nobody will just help me view it once, even my family member. They don't view for once. And so I feel that, okay, fine, there's a lot of stories. So when I see people that come out and they're big and all of that, and you'll be comparing yours, like you'll be using your own situation to measure their own. No, you can't use it because while you were sleeping, they were working hard. While you were like snoozing, you were gisting and all of that, they were like probably crying, like trying to make things better. So I feel that there are a lot of stories, like a lot of things that when we call people to say, share your success story, we'll be like, oh, a lot of things happened behind the scene, but we give glory to God.
Hallelujah.
So I feel that a lot of stories that actually like went behind being a better person. So how can the government, communities, and family better support this new wave of entrepreneurs and gig workers? Because some people don't have support system. And we feel that they need more support system in this situation. Okay.
I feel earlier I talked about the fact that when you're working for the government, there is retirement plan, there's health insurance and all that. So I just feel like maybe the government can just help them with that. And then looking at countries like Korea, looking at other countries, as a student, even in high school, you would have decided what you want to do with your life. So if you know that you want to be an athlete, you focus more on that athletic skills and all that, and then the minor thing is going to class. Sometimes they even go to class to just go and sleep and to mark attendance, just so they can know that okay, you attended high school. But majority of what they do is go to school and do their practice and all of that. So I feel like if the government can start that, if you can incorporate that into our educational system, because a lot of people are going to school not because they want to even study that course. Imagine you going to school to study history. What do you want to use history to do outside of sincerely, outside of school?
You can work in this department.
They say they will say that any course that you do in school that you say you can work in any place is a useless course.
It is actually for real. It's a useless course.
I feel like the government should
focus.
And I feel like that's one of the problems we have in Nigeria, because we do not have a focus. That's why we are going all about and all that. So I feel like government should incorporate all that into the educational system. Let people decide on what they want to do from the get-go. Let them train on that, and then fund them to. Looking at the 1 year NYSC that we do, some people, you studied mass communication, you are going to secondary school to teach, primary school to teach. Please, what's that adding to your skills?
They'll teach them English or literature.
Okay, how is that even helping you as a person?
Even when they're done, feel like they want to
come into the work. Sincerely,
how do they want to come into the space of 95? Because I've seen some job description of them. Okay, fine, you must have 10 years
experience. And I feel like for NYC, it's more like you're making these people put their life on hold to take care of other people.
I feel that now that people are like they know what they're doing. It's you that want to put your life on hold, not the government. So now that we have you can multitask now. You can still be doing this and do another job. Probably like get a remote job. I know that one is not easy. It's just like easy to say with the mouth. Like, remote is not easy.
You're gonna apply, darling.
But you have to like keep getting more certification, learning more skills. It might not be easy at first, but then everything will pay off eventually.
Yeah. And I think for the community, let's community help with the mental health. If we create campaigns where we discuss mental health, where we don't make it seem like it's a problem to talk about your mental health, when we don't make it seem like it's a problem to seek for a therapy or to go and meet a shrink to help you, when we get to that point, when the community is no longer, when society is no longer making it look as though it is a sin or it is a crime for a man or a woman to talk out, to tell the world about that problem. I feel like our society will make it look as though it is a problem. Why would a man be vulnerable? Why would you be complaining when you're supposed to adapt? You're Nigerian, and cannot adapt to situation. Who born you and all that? When we move past that, I feel like, and it's only the society that can help achieve that. When we stop all these stereotypes that we have. And I feel for the families, embrace your own people.
Like support system.
Sincerely, don't make it, when we're growing up, we were told that it's only doctors, lawyers, pilots, nurses that would make it in life. But then we can see now that content creators are also making it. So let's not limit the passion and the dreams of our children. Like, let's support them. Give them that moral support. So even if an outsider is telling you that, mommy, your child is just wasting her life, tell them, well, she can even achieve something great while doing what she loves doing. Sometimes it's not all about doing stuff because you just want to earn the money, but at least do something that you love to, because you kind of have this peace when you do something that you love.
But if it's not bringing money,
please look for another side also.
It will not give you joy.
Sincerely, it will not give that joy. And that is because of the situation we are going through in Nigeria. Let's say a civilized country where you can make use of your skills to make money. People will not be looking for side hustle now. Because even in those countries, they prioritize your mental health. Imagine you're working 9 to 5, you're working a remote job, and both are telling you, this is what I want you to do, and you're not doing it, and all that. It affects your mental health.
How do you want to survive?
Sincerely, how do you want to survive? So that will be all on today's episode of Veegilant Podcast, where we talk about civic matters and things that also affect all of us, each and every one of us. Because as a person, if I ever get a side hustle, it is for the income, not because I really want to stress myself as such. And we feel like government should also provide more jobs And people are going to school, graduating, if the government can help with that too, that would be really much appreciated. And that will be all on today's episode of Vigilant Podcast. Until the next, do have a wonderful weekend.